When you don't go to Geico.com, car insurance can be confusing. Like Swedish techno confusing.
Bark, bark, meow, meow. Dance with me, purple cow. Bark, bark, meow, meow. Ooh, you lovely cow.
Geico makes it easy. With 24/7 access, all you have to do is go to Geico.com and you could save money on car insurance. It just makes sense. Unlike,
Dance with me, purple cow. I like your moves.
Welcome to LSD Radio. What you are about to hear is intended for listeners 18 years of age or older and is for entertainment purposes only. The Bad Habits Network must insist that no one attempt to recreate or reenact any activity described on the show. This podcast may contain lewd, crude, vulgar, sexist, racist, fascist, argumentative, disgusting, appalling, explicit, edgy, and downright offensive language or subject matter. For individuals easily offended, this may not be the program for you. We recommend turning this off now.
Are they gone?
Good.
Fuck those guys! Let's do this!
Now those asshats are gone, let's have some fun.
Yeah. Some real fun.
All right, tonight on LSD Radio.
Well, is it really night, though?
It's night somewhere in the world.
Yeah. It's
always night inside your asshole.
It's dark. The light never
I've never been there, I don't know.
It's dark and it often causes children to have nightmares.
Yes.
Somebody let me out, it's dark in here.
But on this episode of LSD Radio, our topic tonight is medical play.
Ooh, medical play.
Let's play with our medicals.
It's a wide range of things that...
Is that when I masturbate on my doctor?
Ooh.
Oh,
or when they tell you to turn your head and cough, you're like, oh, does it matter if I have a boner?
Actually, in some cases it could be. If we're looking for the the definition of medical fetishism, it's actually a really wide-ranging topic that could involve a whole heap load of stuff. Anything ranging from doctor-nurse play, specific medical objects, and fetishizing, say, scalpels to other clinical tools. It could also involve things like proctology exams, prostate massage.
Buttholes.
Sure, most definitely. Hospital gowns, catheterization, even diapers to a certain extent, enema play, anything involving needles or sutures or cutting, even body modifications, if it's sexualized, could to a certain extent be considered medical play. So, and those are just examples. There's probably dozens and dozens, if not hundreds of more ideas that could be construed as medical fetishes.
Now, as a medical professional, am I allowed to talk about the medical things that I've seen? Like the guy who had the mag light up his ass. Not the small 3-battery one, the 6-battery one.
The cops one.
So you're allowed to talk about that.
Yeah,
maybe, depending on what the Lord says. But that in and of itself is not medical fetishism. The fact that he happened to go to the doctor's office and have to get it removed.
But
however,
if going to the doctor's office and getting x-rays taken and subjecting medical professionals to it got him off, that does classify as
because
medical
I
play.
had plenty of people who came in with things shoved in their penis or shoved up their ass because they wanted somebody to see it and they wanted somebody to have to we laughed and said, somebody had something shoved up his penis, and we're like, well, do you want us to do flexion and extension? Like, pull it out for him and pull it across the plate and take the x-ray that way? Yeah.
So I'd say it depends. Like, that could just be, that he's an exhibitionist and he's into humiliation.
Oh,
it could, who knows? It just could have been that, going to the doctor or the emergency room just happened to be the easiest and most legal way to get someone to play with his wiener. If he only would ever want to go there and he wanted to do it because a medical professional would give him the examination and engage in non-consensual medical play, he could be, most definitely.
This certain somebody came back quite a few times with things stuck in orifices that had to be removed and things like that. So I have a feeling that it kind of sort of gave him a little bit of a jolly to come in.
So, that's a little bit more non-consensual than I think the typical medical play that all of us would engage in. Obviously,
non-consensual to the medical professionals.
Yes.
Anyway.
Exactly, non-consensual to the medical professional. Now, if you want to fantasize about that and play doctor and nurse with your partner or whoever your play buddy is, where you reenact that sort of scene, obviously that's the preferred method for engaging in consensual, doctor-patient play. But that could definitely be one of them.
Well, I gotta say, but technically, wouldn't it be consensual, since I'm consenting that this is my job, this is the thing that I have to do, so I'm consenting to do this because, I have to. I'm getting paid to do this.
No.
Does that make it prostitution? It's totally prostitution. Does that make it prostitution?
So that's
unequivocally, yes.
So you're welcome to look at it however the hell you want to, because you're an adult, but seeing as, you're probably a little bit of a different, unique case in that you're also someone who's involved in the kink community, so you may realize what he's doing and still willingly, participate. Here's the problem, though, from a consent standpoint, is that in many cases you're legally obligated to help him out and can't turn him away, except if you're in one of those stupid, shitty states that has the stupid religious freedom laws where you can turn him away because the guy is gay. Nonetheless, not to get off on a tangent, but... you have an obligation to help the guy out. Yeah. So, all things considered, it's still non-consensual play for someone to do that and force that upon a medical professional.
But technically, I really liked it to get the ones where
that's your own stick.
Or there was a guy who somehow managed to get a light bulb in his ass without it breaking. With the big side.
The bulb
inside.
part,
the
not the screw part.
See, the thing is,
he didn't screw it in and then keep pushing. Like he went round side first.
Totally, it's kind of like glass mason jar man.
Yeah, how do you do that without busting it?
Well, the difference is glass mason jars are pretty thick, whereas the light bulbs are thin
Depends
material.
No,
what kind of bulb was it?
It was
standard
a regular
incandescent.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's really risky.
Those Edisons aren't
and
for that.
impressive.
No. Yeah.
I'm like, how did you manage to do that?
You gotta have some sphincter control for that shit.
But his excuse was
extremely loose bowels.
I was painting naked and I fell off the ladder and it just slipped in.
Mm-hmm.
No,
it did not.
No.
That is wrong.
It just slipped in.
It did not just slip in.
If you had fallen on a light bulb, we'd be picking broken glass out of your ass, not trying to pull a full light bulb out.
Because when I fall, I fully dilate my brown eye.
Yeah. It helps with the impact. Yeah. It helps with the impact.
Totally.
It cushions your fall, for sure.
Yep. So, speaking of people that want to engage with medical professionals to, live out their medical fantasy, there is an additional side topic sort of related to that, and that is to do with, people that suffer from polysurgical addiction, or what some people have classified as medical addiction or surgical addiction, which... is probably not something that I think any of us really run into frequently, if at all, because it's somewhat rare in terms of addictions, or insofar as addictions are concerned. But there are people that are out there that, very similar to how Munchausen syndrome works, will seek out medical surgery or medical procedures because they have an addiction to being surgically, dealt with, whether or not they have actually any sort of condition or whatnot.
You mean like the human Barbie and Ken dolls out there that just keep going back over and over and over?
Correct. To a certain extent, yeah. That's where that's where modern surgical addiction is most prevalent, especially within the media, is people that are, the kind of people that are addicted to, well, if I get one more cosmetic surgery, I'll then reach that perfect state, and yet they never actually reach it. That's less of a fetish. Actually, it's not a fetish at all for the most part. That's more of a psychosis or an addiction.
I was going to say that's a mental disorder, like the case of the one individual, the guy who went out in the woods with a shotgun, blew both his legs off because he was addicted to having surgeries.
Yep. It's also, in many cases, can be related to body dysmorphia. People that feel that there's something wrong with their body and need to have it removed.
Like, my left arm shouldn't be here, so it needs to be amputated.
It's not really mine.
It's not really mine. I don't feel any connection to it, so please cut my testicles off. Yep.
I'll cut your balls off.
I know you'll cut my balls off.
I'll even give them back to you in a jar if you want.
Can I have one? Can I share? Can I cut one off?
Only if you bronze it.
Really? Oh, sweet.
Can she have the pair if she bronzes them and wears them as earrings?
Ooh, yes.
Maybe. They're going to hang them from your hooks?
I could.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Now we have a plan.
Can I put a bell on each one, too, so that when I turn my head,
I don't care. Go for it.
Let's do this next show.
Once they're off, is it really going to matter?
It doesn't matter what the fuck you do with my balls once they're cut off my body.
what if I just wanted to eat them? Then you would be a part of me.
Go for it. Eat my balls
Until
with
you
lava
shit
beans.
them out. Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, but if you think about it, a part of him would always be with me.
Oh.
Aww.
Ew.
Your psychosis is so cute.
We covered vomit play last week, dear. You're a little slow.
I couldn't be here last week. Did you talk about how they puked on the floor and they didn't clean it up? Who had to clean it up? No.
What?
Well, the one, the two chicks, one cup.
Oh, who had to clean up after that?
Old news.
Yeah.
Old news.
Well,
Yeah, we
didn't
talked
know
a
if you-
little bit more last week about what would end up. So there's the new Human Centipede movie that's coming out.
Oh, is it really?
And what? Oh yeah, it comes out like June 19th.
It's
or something.
marked on the calendar
I was
with
going
the
to say, yes.
centipede.
Well, here's
It's right
the
there on
thing
the
is,
calendar.
So hold on, I got
La, 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 la. Yeah.
So what we talked about specifically was, now granted, the first Human Centipede movie was a great example of somebody who was engaging
Yes.
in medical or surgical fanatization or fetishism. Or the guy was just, crazy and fucked up in the head, one of the two.
Little column A,
yes.
little
Like all the
column
rest
B.
of us. But nonetheless,
He
we were
had a
talking
whole
about
operating room, and,
Oh,
and he
yeah.
dissected
Oh,
their
yeah.
faces
Oh, yeah.
and their assholes and
Yep.
stitched them together as cleanly as possible.
He put a lot
wanted,
of thought in that.
You're right.
A lot of planning.
Right.
Totally.
He wanted to connect to the digestive tract through and through between three individuals, and connecting the one system together made them a singular creature.
Fuck yeah.
That was very medical.
I know, I want to do it.
Right.
So if there's any people out there that
Here's the
wouldn't
thing.
mind letting me suture their faces to other people's butts
I
in a nice
think-
little chain of people,
I think I would let
send
somebody
us
do
a
it,
mail.
but I want to be the head person.
That's fine.
I don't want
I'm
to
not
be.
going to actually make you
I don't
shit
wanna be
in
the
each
middle.
other's mouths. I mean, hopefully
Well,
not.
you're German.
Okay.
She got you there.
You got me there.
Isn't that what your people do?
Yeah.
Not to mention, I'm pretty sure that would fall under a legal definition of gross bodily harm, and as such would be illegal.
I'm pretty sure that most of the things that we do fall under gross bodily harm and are probably illegal in most states.
Hit and miss.
It
actually.
depends. If they're consenting, one could consider that it is a performance art piece.
Yes.
And since none of the things that you're actually doing to them is long-lasting and permanently damaging...
You mean like removal of the teeth? Or?
Oh, no. See, I'm just talking about sewing someone's... Not actually surgically cutting them and fitting them together nice and neat.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just want to sew their butt cheeks to someone's face cheeks.
Oh.
You don't need to cut anyone to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you're not
Okay.
actually talking about doing the proper
Not
human
the
centipede.
proper way.
Not the
I just want
proper-
mouths to buttholes sewn together.
Yeah, you just want to do a forced ATM.
Okay.
Yeah,
group of
just
people.
Let me know
everlasting
when you're doing
ATM.
this. I would like to observe.
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
I
You'll
really-
you'll observe from position B, I'm sure.
I
I
would
do not
like.
consent to that.
I want position A.
You want position
I
A.
want
Everybody
position
wants
A.
position A.
I do not want to be position B.
And
Because then
Raven
you're
can
getting
be
it from
C.
both ends.
I don't want to.
And that's sort of advantages with him. I mean, you don't actually need to use sutures. You can just get the needle and use his facial hair
Right.
to
Yeah.
sew to the person's asshole.
Theoretically
Right.
possible. You'd have
Well,
to,
what if the ass
bundle a
was
little bit
hairy?
up.
You could braid it all
Oh,
together. and
yeah.
braid.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do that. That doesn't involve
Do
needles
like-
in someone's flesh.
Sorry.
Taking away all the fun. Jeez.
Well, we're just trying to be efficient.
That sounds like fun.
Not all the fun. I want to see him try to embrace himself.
Rip. And that's how Raven lost his beard.
Yeah.
I think my beard hair would hold on better than some people's ass
I
hair
was
would.
going to say,
Probably.
well, that would be a good way to get your asshole waxed.
I don't know if I'd use the term good.
I would.
Well, I would. I mean, I would like to see that
Effective.
Now-
Effective.
Now I kind of want to see this tug of war occur.
My beard versus somebody's butt hair.
Yeah. Don't you want to try that tug of war?
I want to see it happen.
Just to
But yes,
see.
I do too.
That would be an interesting tug
But
of
we
war.
have to find somebody with long enough butt hair.
And then,
Right.
And that's
honestly,
the thing, though, is I don't know.
I'd be willing to put money on your beard over someone else's ass hair. And it would also tickle me that afterwards it means that your beard would consist of someone else's ass hairs.
Unless you shaved it off.
And then we can
Yes.
all call you ass face.
You don't already?
Well, we do, but it would be actually physically accurate. No, I have plenty of insults for you. I don't usually bother with ass face. It's just sort of like, why? There's so many better ones.
Anything containing fuck.
Well,
Wookiee with a boner is one of my favorite descriptors.
Oh, hey, yeah.
well,
that's-
I was going to
that's
say,
good.
really? You can't really be like, oh, Wookiee with boner. Hello.
Pot calling the kettle
Yes.
Teflon.
Yeah.
What's your point?
Right there.
It's not going to stop. It's like when I walk up, oh my God, you are such a pervert. Like I'm not. Of course I am. That's why I know you.
That's why we're friends.
We're all perverts here.
Okay, how about this?
I don't think we'd be recording
Wookiee with
the
a
show.
jingly boner.
There
Hey!
you go. Hey-o.
It could
Yeah,
be my favorite Christmas ornament this year.
Yeah, we need to get some sound bites of you.
Oh, sir.
Banging
Your
up
man
against
butt
stuff.
is so sexy.
Oh.
Oh,
Well,
Rexy, you're so sexy.
There, yep, your man bun. Just like I would do my hair, except it looks better because you have more.
Thanks, Beth.
I was going to say, it's kind of funny. If you wipe out the bottom half, it almost looks like a woman. And then you look at the bottom half, you're like, no, it's a man.
Or we could.
And
call
then
it
you
a
take it
bearded
away, and you're
lady.
like, no, it's a Russian woman.
Hold on, hold still. Or a bearded woman.
Well, if you cut off everything, well, your ears are so manly. Although you
And
There's
isn't
surgery
that-
for that.
Isn't that the strangest thing to have
You do
ever
have
heard?
pretty
Like,
feminine
your
eyebrows,
ears are so manly.
They make you a man.
I mean, short of having cauliflower ears, I'm not sure what a manly ear would be.
I don't know.
Or no, I suppose hairy. A hairy ear.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
it is lots
I
of
got
hair.
that going on.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Do
hairy,
you
and it's
do you
kind of big.
have fun,
Girls
like,
don't
putting
usually
on
have
the medical outfit and pulling the hairs so that you kind of do medical play while you groom?
Well,
Or have you just never considered that until now, and now you're kind of thinking about it?
I'm kind of thinking about it
Yeah.
now that you mention it.
Now you're
I
like,
mean,
oh.
you got to figure that, like, a lot of the grooming stuff could be done as medical play if you wanted to, and you have two girls dressed up as nurses.
I do. And the first porno I ever saw was actually a naughty nurse porn, so.
I'll give you an enema.
There
Of
you
course you'd volunteer for that.
You know what the sad thing is I used to give enemas all the time.
Well, the
That's
enema
all
of my
shiny
enema
things
is my
about
friend.
I did. I gave a lot of enemas.
Do you find enemas sexy in any
Professionally?
way?
Professionally, I did. You know, the thing is, anything that has to do with poop is not for me. I know you being German, you're all about it.
Oh,
But for
totally.
me,
Yes, but giving enemas and being who you are, was there any patients out there that you were like, hey, I'm kind of getting a little moist by shoving this up their butthole?
Now that I've flushed the back, I kind of want to drain the front.
have you, see, here's the thing, though. Like, when you think about doing medical play, you think of these really attractive people.
No.
These were not attractive people.
But did
No.
any of them get boners?
Semis. I've seen some semis.
You've seen some chubs?
I've seen some chubs. So, I mean, there was...
Considering the pressure that applies to the prostate?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can say that last time that I had what I thought to be a bowel obstruction, I went into the doctor and got a rectal exam. She thought the doctor was really cute, and since I didn't have any problems with it, I let her be in the room during the exam, and she just about slid off the fucking chair.
I was extremely aroused, and so aroused it actually scared me a little bit.
Did you ask the doctor if you could tap in?
Yeah.
I just kept quiet because I didn't want him to get very uncomfortable.
Were you like, oh no, you got to check deeper?
Yeah, and like go in and out.
He's
a
got
little
a,
bit.
he's got a really
Just to
deep
see,
prostate.
and you kind of got to
Really deep.
do it
Go
like a little
around
circle
a little.
like that,
Yeah,
you
just
know.
make sure you're really
Yes.
thorough
He
because
needs,
we want
he
him.
needs a longer probe.
We want to make sure.
Jerk him
he's
off
okay.
already!
Doctor, I think this man might be uncomfortable. Could I do something to make him more comfortable?
Wow, and that's how the porno
It
starts.
was very strong. That I was like, oh, it surprised me a little bit in its intensity.
Sounds like you've got a butt exam coming your way.
Oh yeah.
Well, let's not have any more anal obstructions.
A while back,
No.
I
I think
that
we're talking
doctor
about
on it.
anal destruction.
It'll be preventative in nature.
Yes.
Oh,
it would be.
Yeah.
preventative.
She'll do prostate exams on you all the time just to make sure you don't have cancer.
Right.
See,
She's
I'm
doing-
sweet. I love you that
Yeah.
much.
And
She
she will
loves
flush
you
you
that
out
much.
because I know how much meat you eat. So you know,
Oh, yeah.
you
yeah.
got to clean that
Don't leave
colon.
that trapped in the colon.
You do.
Are you telling her to go get the... No. Yes, the extra large enema nozzle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
That's
Yep,
an
you got
extra
it.
large one.
Here it is.
The bulbous snowman enema nozzle.
Wait.
Oh, my God.
Let me check. All right. Yeah, it is bigger than my fist. Go for it.
You're good. You're good.
And just an FYI out there for anybody that wants to buy a hot water bottle, check the prices on the enema kits. It comes with everything that comes in the hot water bottle box and is usually cheaper. And then you get the hose and the nozzles and
Oh, bits and pieces.
And then you get all the enema fun too.
Right, yeah.
It's a twofer.
So, what kind of medical play do you guys like to do? What's your favorite?
Me personally, I'm a huge fan of needle play, anything involving piercing, temporary or permanent, suture play, scalpeling. I'm a big blood sports fan. Oh yeah, the bloodier the better.
I can say I'm right there with you. I enjoy the scalpeling, the suturing, the needles. Yeah. I particularly enjoy the examination side of it. I have several speculums, quite a few vaginal ones, and an anal one.
And a horse speculum.
And a horse speculum.
That is the anal one.
And now we're back to the bestiality.
It all comes around. It all comes around.
With you guys. It's very
Uber.
I really like the idea of having my female partners
splayed wide open.
Yeah. Well, on a table in stirrups. Mm-hmm. I mean, that opens up both holes, and depending on what you have going on, if you have somebody else playing in their bits, you can always fuck their throat while they're on the medical table.
Do you like to take on a doctor persona, or do you just like to be all clinical and engineering-like and just get in there and play with the wide open orifices?
And now, Lord, Sir, and Daddy Radio will pause for a brief commercial break. We apologize for any discomfort or inconvenience this may provide for our audience.
Folks, this is your captain speaking. I'd like to thank you for flying with the Bad Habits Network. We hope you'll take advantage of our many amenities, such as shots from the balcony, Lord, Sir, and Daddy Radio, and the Lord's Asylum. Your stewardess will be coming by with cigars and charred oak, which we already have up here in the cabin, and we can assure you they're fantastic. Our flight time is debatable, and our destination is, of course, entertainment. The weather there is shiny, so settle in and feel free to let our stewardesses know if you need anything. They won't do anything for you, but they like to know when you need things. We realize you have a choice when it comes to travel options, and we'd like to thank you for choosing the Bad Habits Network. We hope you enjoy giving us the business as much as we enjoy taking you for a ride.
If you're in southern Wisconsin or northern Illinois, or you just feel like traveling to meet fun-loving kinksters, check out the Janesville Area Dirty Little Freaks. The Janesville Area Dirty Little Freaks, or JADL for short, is a monthly munch, play party, group focusing on community and education. There is no cost to be part of the group, and we welcome new people. Check us out on FetLife in the Janesville Area Dirty Little Freaks group. You can get more details and learn all our rules. We look forward to hearing from you. Must be 18 or over to join FetLife or JADL. Lunch is held at a restaurant. JADL does not provide the food there. If you've previously been banned, it's for a good reason, so you're still banned. The promoters and operators of JADL reserve the right to ban anyone. Check out the group rules and descriptions for more details. If you're not actually listening to this part, I don't blame you. No douchebags.
What ho there, Percy?
Oh, good day, Reginald.
Why, I haven't seen you in ages.
Oh, I've been off on a boar hunt.
Really? I can't imagine you going in for that sort of thing.
Well, my wife heard it's this kind of thing that makes a man out of you, so she thought I should give it a try.
Well, at least you tried. But it must have been hell on you.
Well, my wife did confiscate all my alcohol before I left. So I was quite morose at first, but it turned out my guide was a gentleman of substance, and half our water skins didn't have water at all.
You don't mean?
You've guessed it, charred oak, which significantly improved my spirits. And I assure you, we didn't find a boar the entire time. But what a time we had.
So then I feel I have to ask, when are you going out again?
Oh, you'd like to go with, eh?
You organize the hunt. I'll go get the cigars.
Charred oak, you won't find a boar, just smooth flavor.
And now, we return to Lord, Sir, and Daddy Radio, already in progress.
Well,
do you dehumanize them while you're playing, or is it very much a doctor-patient thing?
I can say that there is a little bit of objectification going on and dehumanizing them, but I don't play with the doctor part too much.
Well, because then you'd have to have doctor-patient confidentiality.
Right,
and you
right.
can talk about it on the radio.
Right.
Yeah.
You couldn't talk about the specifics.
Yeah.
You could talk in generalizations, like it was not Twinkie's hole that we spread wide open for the ratcheting ass speculum. It was this other yellow person we know.
Yeah. Yes, because there's so many.
We opened the Twinkie, we were looking for the cream filling. Hey, where's the cream filling?
So somebody told me that
Fill her with some jugu.
if you put it, a speculum in a woman's vagina and you open it up and you put ice in there and then you fuck it, it's supposed to be amazing. Has anybody ever
I haven't done
that, or
I've shoved ice in a vagina and fucked it before, but I have not done the
speculuming.
Yeah, with the speculum. I've used a speculum before and like fiddled around in there and had some fun, and then I can honestly recommend don't try to fuck the hole while the speculum is still in, especially if you have body modifications that can get caught. You only need to do that once.
or twice, or again.
Whatever,
I mean, depends on what you're into.
I feel sorry for whoever that was.
Yeah, I don't. She deserved it.
Oh!
I kind of wish I hadn't been a part of it afterwards,
I was going to say, considering that it was your piercings that got caught, I'm pretty sure you probably were very happy.
It wasn't so comfortable for her either.
Oh, well, yeah.
But I didn't really care about that.
Yeah.
But,
Can you feel the love tonight?
you'll feel the love later if you're lucky.
Yeah, it's kind of a burning sensation.
Oh, I'll feel the love. I'll feel just how much the Twinkie loves me.
That's it. I am now naming my penis the love, and I'm going to ask people if they've felt the love recently.
No, here you go.
Is that like the Jesus tattoo I need to get on my penis? Have you ever had Jesus inside you?
Yep.
Well, Jesus,
You want to see a cool trick? It starts off as the infant Jesus, but by the time I'm done, it's full-grown Jesus.
And you're seeing God.
What if we try to crucify it?
Oh.
Yes.
Yes.
I would happily
Yes.
put nails through your penis.
Oh my God.
I know you would.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
Here's the strange thing. So in The Serpent and the Rainbow,
Yes.
when he gets his penis impaled with the nail.
Was it his penis or his testicle? They never really clarified that.
I don't care.
Both.
I was like,
Hopefully.
yes, I would like to do that to someone. Who would like to volunteer for that? I will do it.
I'll volunteer to do it on someone.
No, I would like to.
I've seen it done.
I'm okay with nails going through my scrotum, but through the penis and
No,
through
through the scrotum.
Yeah,
I
you've
think
got
sure
enough
scrotum
holes
is
through the
fine.
penis
I
anyway.
make sure that I would get
Through
like
the
fleshy
testicle,
part.
I would highly suggest no one ever tries such a thing.
Oh no.
Yeah, no.
No, not
No,
the
do or do not. There is no try.
Well, what you do is you stretch out
Oh, yeah,
the
totally.
skin, and
Oh,
you
yeah.
go through the skin. You don't go through the testicle.
Yeah, you flying squirrel it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I would totally be down for.
Oh.
I've already talked about if I ever get a scrotal tattoo that somebody's going to have to nail my scrotum down to a board to stretch
Ooh.
that fucker out.
I volunteer as tribute.
All right. And it's on! The Twinkie and the German are going to fight over who gets to nail the Sir's scrotum to a board.
I will totally fight you for it.
I get to do it.
I'll fight you
Oh,
both.
yeah,
I'm pulling fucking rank.
I'll fight you both at the same
rank.
time.
Pat pulls
You
rank,
can have a
so-
nail.
Well, wait a minute. Why
I
don't we
pull
just
rank.
do multiple? Why don't we just do 3?
Oh, all at once? Like
Yes.
a nail through the scrotum
Yes.
gangbang?
Yes.
It was going to
3,
take
throw.
take
yeah.
4 nails to stretch it out properly.
Well,
to
see,
get.
they're perfect.
Oh, well, the Lord can have one
There
too.
you go.
Oh,
Well,
hey.
actually, the Lord was going to suggest something even more fun.
We make him do one
Staples.
himself?
Staples.
No. We stretch his balls out on the board. And then, nails are cool. Nails would work. Blowgun darts would be more entertaining.
Ooh, I just got an idea.
Blowgun darts aren't going to hold though. Blowgun darts are going to bend.
Stretch it over that.
Yeah,
Oh.
they're going to have to work fast, huh?
Your little girl should have a couple of embroidery hoops, yes?
Yes, she has plenty.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we
That's
could.
what we could. That would
Stretches,
totally
yes.
work.
Yes.
Yep.
I vote yes for that.
That
And then we
takes
can
no
also
puncture,
embroider
you
your
know.
balls. I mean, screw.
Oh, but yes, we'd have to kind of like
Yeah.
we'd have to go through the hoop, through your sack,
Yeah.
through the other hoop, like so
To
that
make
it
sure
doesn't
that
slip
it's-
out of the hoop. You know?
Yeah.
Oh.
You don't want slippage.
Oh.
No, you don't want slippage.
So
You know
I
what?
could
I
take
didn't
one of
see
her-
where you were going with that.
I could take one of her hoops.
Oh.
I could use
Light bulb.
a small pin vise drill, and I could drill some holes
Yeah.
across
Oh.
the outer edge
See, it'd
through
be
both
perfect.
rings, so that we could then clamp his scrot tissue in between both rings.
Yeah.
And then to make sure it stays, we
Throw some pins through the
throw
hole.
some
Yeah.
pins
Yeah,
and needles
exactly.
through,
That's what exactly what I
through
was
the hole
thinking.
into the
Perfect.
past the scrotum and through the other hole.
Yeah, see,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
exactly
totally.
perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, he'd look like one of those.
We're
crazy
sharing the same
people
vision
with
here.
lips
And then
from-
you know what we could do?
Sutures.
We could put it inside a,
Yeah.
a
Well,
waffle
I'm against
maker.
that.
Waffle maker,
and
yeah.
give you like a
Twat
good,
waffle.
make you a good like pattern on
A waffle pattern.
your sack.
The whole point was to do this so that I could have it inked.
Yeah, it can still get inked.
Then we give it a waffle pattern to help it heal.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got
We'll
what?
cauterize the wound.
What if
We'll
we get a
save your
waffle
ink.
iron with a design instead of just the regular waffle pattern? What
Oh
if
my
we got
God.
like a small one made?
Could you
Because we know
imagine?
crazy enough people to do this.
Yeah.
With a design, and then just clamped it on and turned it on.
No.
I got a
burn
better
the sign
idea.
in.
Why don't we
How about
just
we clamp his scrotum down like it was,
this would be great.
and then why don't we just have somebody tattoo a waffle iron onto his scrotum?
Oh.
What?
Well,
And
think
every
about
time you're fucking someone and your balls are hitting them in the pussy, you're twat waffling them.
and you can hit on girls just by being like, "Hey, do you like waffles?
I'll cover you with my syrup.
I got waffles for you. You want to see? You want to have my waffles? I got waffles.
So it's fun that we're talking about body modifications to get us back on track here a little bit. But
We have a
body
track.
modifications are kind of an interesting topic. I mean, there's a lot of people that get body mods for obviously either spiritual reasons or because they just like the look of it.
Or sex.
Or they want to be a
Or,
cat.
Yeah,
you
I mean,
know.
there's definitely people that get body modifications purely as an aid for the copulation.
And dysmorphia. You know.
What's true? A little bit probably lesser to extent, but
Well, there's the guy who turned himself into a cat.
yeah. What's your take on
And the
as,
lizard.
as the one at the table with the heavily pierced genitals? What's your take on your body mods? Is it primarily for what purposes? Is it sexualized?
Well, I can honestly say it's really hard to get an erection while they're shoving a 6-gauge needle through your dick and then stretching it to a 2-gauge and implanting a pearl. Having that done 9 times now, it's...
So how did you do it then?
I didn't actually succeed in having the erection while it was being done because it was excruciating, but I say that it paid off in the long run.
Did the
Every
person who
erection
did it
after-
have an erection?
I don't know.
I'm just saying it's possible.
2 different people have done it, so I don't know if those 2
Dueling
gentlemen
boners.
had erections while they were performing that act.
You could do body mod jousting.
Oh, hey. One of them I know had more body mods in his junk than I did. But, yeah.
Did you catch up?
No, not unless he's taken a bunch out.
Well, keep going.
I know.
Do you find that your body mods are primarily of a sexual nature, or do you just like getting your dick cut up?
I find that they're of a very sexual nature. I mean, I've done enough to my dick to make it look like a sex toy that you would buy.
Or crazy caterpillar.
Or crazy caterpillar, whatever you want to say.
Things you see after you eat the shrooms.
Yeah, the hallucinogens. But, yeah, I would say that it was very sexualized. The whole reason I did it was for sexual reasons, just because I didn't get sexual gratification from the piercing and implantation itself. Doesn't mean that it wasn't for sexual reasons. True. And I would definitely go back and get more. In fact, I have an idea for 13 more. I just need to...
Split your scrotum in half?
No. That one will be 13 implanted pearls down the underside of the shaft. The scrotal bifurcation is a whole nother ball of wax.
Ball.
2 balls of wax.
If it doesn't go right, you may have to have wax balls.
Yeah.
Well, just buy yourself a pair of nudicles.
Wax balls, nudicles.
I have been thinking about a vasectomy. The doctors won't do it because I'm too young and I haven't had any children yet.
Let's
so.
take a trip to Canada. I'll do it for you.
You can do that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's many things that are oddly enough legal if you go further enough north.
Well,
Up to
to Canada.
Yeah, up to and including,
Home
castrations,
vasectomies?
home vasectomies. If you don't want that finger on your left hand, you're free to cut it off.
Wow.
Or so I hear.
I know that's not legal here.
Mm-mm.
And
illegal.
speaking of body modifications in the medical industry, it was passed, I believe, sometime last year, a law stating that professional piercers and body modders that do that for a living can no longer do anchors, implanted pearls, scalpeling, and a few other things because they have been deemed by the government as minor medical procedures, and you now need to have a medical license and be a plastic surgeon in order to do those body mods.
Yeah, I don't know if it requires being a licensed plastic surgeon, but you need to be a surgeon nonetheless.
Right.
It might be plastic surgeon. I don't know.
Well,
exactly
plastic surgery is the easiest of the routes to go to be able to do body modifications, but honestly, if you're going for your medical degree to become a surgeon and you end up in a tattoo shop, it's probably due to a malpractice suit. Just saying.
Most likely. Or a slight change of heart, one of the two.
I do know a professional body modder that is going into the medical profession because that's where he sees himself going. But that's going one direction. We're talking about going the other.
Yep. Yeah, it's an interesting subject because, for most of us, especially those who are engaged in the kink community, so long as something is consensual and it doesn't harm anyone outside of the people engaged in the scene, I think most of us, are of the belief that, hey, it's your own body, do what the fuck you want. So when laws start to get passed that restrict people from being able to modify themselves however they want, even with the assistance of somebody that's, potentially a licensed individual, I don't know how many people who want to heavily get into body modifications who could afford, a tattoo artist or a body modder actually doing it, let alone having to go to a fucking plastic surgeon to go and get your body mods, especially considering the number that most people, usually get done when they're heavily involved in the body mod community. So really all that's encouraging, much like outlawing things like abortion, is if you make it less accessible for people, and you make it so it's unattainable for many individuals, they'll go the path of least resistance, which is I'm going to do it myself and risk the potential complications that involves, or I'm going to go have one of my random friends do it, or I'm going to go find some random dude who's willing to poke holes in me for $25 in a back alley. And I don't know about you, but granted, I'm not necessarily into that particular thing, but I don't know about you, but back alley surgery or minor surgical procedures, not exactly the smartest thing in the world to do.
Right. I am still confident that a lot of the body modders out there that were doing these things are still perfectly capable of doing these things, and it's now just an under-the-table, behind-closed-doors act.
Which is risky from a legal standpoint.
It is risky from a legal standpoint, and I'm not condoning any body modders or anyone going to a body modder and saying, hey, I know you used to do this, would you mind doing it for me now, even though it's completely illegal?
LSD Radio does not condone any illegal activities.
But
there's a lot that have been going to other states. All it really did was push a lot of body modification and tattooing business out of the state to other states that allow that sort of activity. So,
right.
Which may have been the intention in the first place.
I guess
it's not going to stop their Wisconsin residents from fucking having them. Yeah. It's just going to stop them from providing their local business with the ability to supply that,
and thus depriving the state of tax revenue. Congratulations, dumbasses! You have now cost the state money.
Well, they cost the state money making it illegal because now the individuals that are still willing to do it behind closed doors and under the table can't say that they charged for it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Yep, loss of income, taxable income in many cases.
Which, again, to a number of lawmakers may not be a really big deal as far as they're concerned. They'd rather lose a small amount of revenue and not have something that they find personally objectionable.
But they're not losing it. They're just getting people to go, oh, hey, by the way, I'm going to drive 3 hours south into the next state where it's perfectly legal. I'm going to get it done. I'm going to drive 3 hours back. I'm still going to have it done. Yep. They're not taking it out of their eyesight if they find it objectionable and don't want to see it. They're just making people work harder for it. They're not eradicating it.
But they like to condemn it. If you think about it, how long have we had rules on the books about prostitutes? How has that really stopped prostitution in any way, shape, or form? It's really just created an entire underclass of criminals.
Yeah.
And an entire risky situation for any number of people because they decided to make something illegal that they personally found objectionable.
Yeah.
It's the same problem they had when they did Prohibition.
The acts themselves don't make things illegal. It's the laws that make criminals.
Mm-hmm. When you criminalize an everyday action, you turn everyday people into criminals.
Yep. Like right now, if they were suddenly going to make tobacco illegal, me sitting here smoking a cigar, I would be breaking the law.
What do you mean if they were going to? They're already trying to. It's already been systematically established that that's exactly what they're trying to do. Think about, we're vapors on top of cigar smokers and all that. And how fast did they tie in vaping to all the cigarette laws they had already passed? Even though it really serves none of the same purposes. It doesn't accomplish anything, but it was something they could attack. Just to attack it.
Politicians have to justify their job somehow.
And honestly, like this whole medical thing, I mean, one argument could be made that what you're trying to do is protect the public from individuals who may not be technically capable of performing these services like, you know, scarification or any of the other colorful services that are now technically supposed to be under a licensed doctor from getting infections and other problems because they don't consider them properly trained to be handling a medical procedure on that level. It's an understandable point. Another point that could be made in their defense is, because we've had this problem personally in the Jadolf group, we had one guy who was mentally unstable and wanted to cut his own eyeball out with a V-gouge and post it in the group to see if anyone would be willing to eat it.
I'm so dissatisfied that I was not around for that.
But still, it's like, that's obviously a mental disturbance. That's not just, you know, I'm not really comfortable with myself, I feel like changing something. That's like, someone had a serious mental issue and we had to take action about it. That's no longer in the land of kink. That's not someone just going, you know, it would be really hot if I could cut my own eyeball out with a V-gouge and watch someone else eat it. Admittedly, not in 3D, but at least watch someone else eat it. You know, no, you're fucked up. You're not kinky, you're not having a good time, you're fucked up, and you need serious psychological review.
So are you saying that kinky people aren't fucked up?
That depends. Do I think that we all need mental counseling? No. Do I think that any number of us could probably stand some? Oh, hell yeah. Think about the number of kinky people you know. How many of them would you really think, you know, maybe you should consider going to therapy?
Oh, yeah.
Even not necessarily leaving the kink community or not doing the kinky things, but maybe you should just go to some therapy.
A couple people, maybe.
Yeah. Like, it's not hard to think of some people that you're like, no, wait, you're not just kinky, you need some therapy.
Would these be kinky therapy sessions? Like, is my hot doctor going to psychoanalyze me and then I get to psychoanalyze her butthole?
Well, would that be a form of medical play?
Oh, yeah. I totally would have done that if that was an option. Yes,
but I don't think it would actually be therapeutic in a...
It could be.
I don't know.
What if you get your therapy and then as a reward for the therapy, you get to bang your drink?
Because I don't think that they do a reward kind of therapy. Like you did good at
well, maybe more people would get therapy if there was a reward at the end of it.
Right.
He's got a point.
I can honestly say that the therapist that I saw many years ago was not kink friendly and actually was trying to tell me that my sexual deviations and my want to do a lot of the things that I do in the scene now was actually my problem.
Well, all things considered, if you look at the DSM-4, it for many years, or even DSMs prior to that, classified a lot of the kink activities we engage in, BDSM as effectively psychosis, as effectively mental instability and mental problems. So, all things considered, that's probably the way that your psychologist that you were seeing at the time was brought up and trained, was that people who engaged in kink are people that have something wrong with them. Those that, are sadomasochists or whatnot are people that just have issues they need to work through.
Well, and whenever you're dealing with any kind of doctor, their own personal biases are going to come in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's why you can go to two different doctors and get two completely different diagnoses and two completely different treatment plans. Because one will insist this treatment plan is the only one will work. The other will insist, no, that treatment plan won't work. This treatment plan will work.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And they can sit there and argue it in and out. But everyone's a unique and magical little snowflake. So what works for one might not work for another. And with a therapist, it's doubly so.
Yep. Yeah, if I ever have to go to a therapist, I'm going to insist I get to FAP during the session.
Laying back on that couch, just fapping away while you talk about the problem.
It's what helps settle my mind.
Now, tell us about your relationship with your mother. Fap. Well, Mom,
you have daddy issues, don't you? Fap,
Eureka!
Fap. Oh,
urethra.
Well, but you know that they have that show, The Sex Box, where the couple comes in and they're having problems, and their solution is to have them go into the sex box, have sex, come back out, and then they feel that you're more open and more truthful.
Post-coitus?
Post-coitus.
Well, all things considered, there are chemical
there
reasons
is.
for that.
Want to go to the sex
And,
box?
yeah. Anybody want to go in the sex box? I mean...
I think
don't
for
know.
any of us, that would be sort of a pointless pursuit. It'd be like, have sex. We just did like 5 minutes ago. If you insist, sure.
Really? You want us to go in that box? All you're going to get out of me afterwards is a nap.
And then talk? No.
No. I'm going to fall the fuck asleep before you start asking questions. Just go away.
Problem solved. I don't have to talk. That's how all our fights end. I'm just going to take a nap.
I don't know. I always liked the solution that was posted by, I don't know where it was originally posted, it ended up on Pinterest, where it's like, if you're having trouble with arguments with your significant other, you get a thing of helium. And you inhale every time you're about to say something, and the first one of you that laughs loses the argument. Think about how fast and efficient that would be, not to mention by the end of it, you'd both be giggling like idiots.
Very true.
One tank of helium would last a lot of arguments.
Yep.
Yeah.
Especially if you have a low humor threshold.
Yeah.
Which, I never thought I did until I dated an actual Japanese girl. The only other Asian I've ever dated in my life. Years and years and years ago, but she was like full-blown, like she was here on a student visa Japanese. Did not speak English that good. She was petite. She had beautiful face, beautiful body, big tits, the whole bit. Very, very attractive young woman. And she had cute little Japanese voice and cute little Japanese accent every time she spoke English. But then we start arguing, and she would get mad at me, and I would already be mad at her. And then she would get so mad, she'd swear at me. And then the problem is when you have cute little Japanese girl, cute little Japanese accent, start saying, fuck you, asshole!
Yep.
That was my problem. I'd start laughing. And, like, even when I'm, like, trying to, like, lemon face it and, like, no, I'm really mad at you. You did something stupid and you're really irritating me and fuck you. And then she was, you asshole! I am not fuck party, you asshole! And, like, eventually I would start, like, laughing, and she would get more angry. And then she'd get louder.
No, she'd get more angry.
Angry, and she would start using more swear words. Louder! Which had the exact opposite effect she wanted. All our arguments, up until we broke up, ended the exact same way. Me rolling on the floor laughing, her storming out of the room.
And now you're so lonely.
Oh, so lonely.
Oh, so lonely. But now I'm dating an Asian who actually speaks proper English, so when she swears at me, it's just straight up, I'm going to hit you right in your fucking whore mouth.
Right in your whore mouth, I swear.
Right in your whore mouth.
Oh, sometimes I wish that I could just want to punch you right in the face. Right in your
Which
whore
is so
mouth.
funny, because like so many things, she only does it when she's sleeping, though.
That's when she punches you in your
I have
mouth.
taken so many elbows to the jaw while she's sleeping.
Well, I do other fun things when I'm sleeping.
Yeah, speaking of medical play.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, tell us.
I think I must have restless leg syndrome because she gets her ass kicked in while we're sleeping.
Well, no, but she pulled the cool trick of somnambulosexualism.
Ooh.
She blew me while she was sleeping.
She blew you?
Oh, yeah.
Like, literally, I'm just like, I happen to wake up, and there's this hand on my penis, and I'm like, oh, good morning. And just stroking, and then her head just went right down, and I'm like, oh, head, yay. It's nothing like head in the middle of the night when you just wake up, and all of a sudden, there's a mouth on your penis. It's a happy feeling.
Yes.
And then she kind of backed off and was stroking me a bit, and I'm like, should I just start throwing her over and banging her, or what? And then she went back down on my knob, and I'm just like, maybe not yet.
I'm just going to let her keep going.
Yeah.
And then she backed off again, and I'm like, that's it, you're done. Threw her leg over me, and just went to pound town. Just pounded the hell out of her for a good 20 minutes. After I finished up, she just kind of looks at me, breathless, and is like, so, what brought that on? Like, you were blowing me. No, I wasn't. I woke up, you were throwing my leg over you, and you just started pounding away, and I was like, well, good morning, but okay. And I'm like, that's because several minutes before that...
We were engaging in anesthesia play?
Yeah, apparently. Your mouth was on my penis.
Yeah.
She does not remember it. She did not wake up. She was just dead asleep, but just, like, well, if you have to do something to me in your sleep, I'd prefer that to getting jacked in the jaw with your elbow.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I guess I do get gropey at night. I'll roll over and I'll just start stroking, and then I back off, and then I'll roll over and I'll stroke some more. I don't know.
And I keep waking up like, oh, hello, and then I look at her, and she's just snoring away. I'm like, oh, fuck.
Damn. Can we go back to the head part?
So has he ever sleep fucked you?
No.
Nope.
See, that happened to me once.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You sleep bang someone?
I sleep banged my pet.
Nice.
Yeah. My wife, my woman, my sub, my slave. Yeah. For
Your
some
girl.
reason, we were hanging out. We were sleeping over at everybody's place, after a night of partying a couple years ago. And
alcohol was involved?
Yes, alcohol was involved. And apparently, of course, I don't remember this. This is all coming second-handy from her.
Well, then were you asleep or were you blackout drunk?
No, I was asleep. I did blackout drunk. Give me a break here. I'm a fucking Wisconsinite. I don't get blackout drunk. I get slightly less functional.
Bullshit.
I don't get blackout drunk. I have not gotten blackout drunk in years.
I've worked in many bars in Wisconsin. Trust me, I've seen many people get blackout drunk. Most of them are employees.
Most of them are imports.
Nope. Born and raised.
We also call those quitters. Nonetheless.
No, that's the problem. They didn't quit.
Quitters and or amateurs. Anyways, no, I was not blackout drunk. However, apparently, I was making moaning noises in my sleep, obviously having some good sexy dreams, sleepy time. And she came over to investigate to find out what was going on. And apparently, when she touched me, I reached out and pushed her down onto the bed and proceeded to bang her.
Mm-hmm. Did you
with
come?
My eyes closed the entire time. Did I come? Apparently, yes.
Good.
Yeah. You don't remember
How would
any
you
of
know?
this.
I mean, you just went right back to sleep afterwards.
Then I went right back to sleep afterwards, and I don't remember a single thing about it.
But was it the best sex she's ever had?
She didn't complain.
Does she ever?
No, but I'm just saying, wouldn't it be
Yeah.
horrible?
Yeah.
Ouch.
Wouldn't it be horrible if it was actually the best she's ever had and you weren't even awake?
I'd be like, roofie me more often.
I'm sorry, you're going to have to make me a roofie colada tonight.
Oh, yeah. That loves me a roofie colada.
I don't know. Raven, have you ever had any sleep sex issues?
Time for a commercial break.
Hello, this is the Lord for the Lord's Asylum, right here on the Bad Habits Network. The Lord's Asylum is a kink-based podcast featuring stories, comedy sketches, and interviews from the kink lifestyle, brought to you by the Lord from Lord, Sir, and Daddy Radio. The intention is to educate through entertainment, so join me, my friends, and my alter egos, and get committed to the Lord's Asylum on the Bad Habits Network. And now, the Bad Habit Network presents a thoughtful moment with the Lord. Why is it legal for monkeys at the zoo to throw their feces at me, but it's illegal for me to throw my feces back at them? I'm not saying I really want to throw my feces at a monkey, or that I'm going to throw my feces at a monkey, or that I've been arrested for throwing my feces at a monkey. I'm just saying equal and even retaliation should be an option you have, especially in a situation where the projectiles are feces. This has been a thoughtful moment with the Lord, a service of the Bad Habits Network. This is the Lord from the Lord's Asylum. Now, usually I make jokes and I tell funny stories, but just this once I'm going to be serious and talk about something that really does matter to me. Operation Cigars for Warriors provides premium cigars and accessories for soldiers serving in combat zones and in long-term deployment in third world environments. Now, a cigar doesn't seem like much, but when you're decked out in full gear in over 100-degree weather, in the middle of a desert, living on MREs and sleeping on glorified sleeping bags, having an hour to relax and just enjoy a fine cigar can be everything. Even a small donation can make a world of difference in the life and well-being of a soldier. Now, there are multiple donation options. You can either go to cigarsforwarriors.org and pledge your support there, or they do accept direct donations in the form of checks, money orders, supplies, and even cigars if they're carefully packaged and sent out. Those can be sent to Operation Cigars for Warriors, HQ, 1797 South Colonial Avenue, Homosassa, that's Homossassa, Florida, 34448. This is a wonderful way for us to honor, show respect, and thank these men and women who are willing to give their lives. They're giving everything for you. What are you doing for them?
And we're back.
Sleep sex issues. Well, I did have a girlfriend a long time ago that...
really? Me too.
She would get fairly frisky while I was still asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Not to the point that she was...
Rapey?
But
much to Raven's chagrin.
It was definitely more of a... Oh, hey, I'm kind of in the mood, and you're kind of here, so we're going to get you worked up. So I would wake up...
To a finger in the butt?
I would wake up to things, and there was one time that we had a friend of ours crashing with us, and had a large bed, and it was the three of us, and it was supposed to be platonic, and it turns out that after the girlfriend had left, the friend had snuggled up to me and had rubbed me just the right way, and apparently I tried to have sex with her.
Which means she touched you.
Correction, breathed on him.
Yes.
Oh.
She was there and had a pulse for too long.
That doesn't matter.
Did you not listen to the first show? But, it turns out that her version of spooning was grinding her ass so far into my pelvis that...
Your penis went in her butthole?
Well, I apparently was...
Whoops,
like the light bulb.
I fell off a ladder while I was painting.
I apparently thought that the girlfriend was trying to get frisky with me, and I don't... I'm hearing all of this after the fact, and she said, you tried to have sex with me last night, and I'm like, oh, I don't remember that.
Sure.
How far did we get?
About 3 inches.
Yeah.
Just a tip. Just to see how it feels.
That's all he's got to give. That's all of it.
But
he is a giver, though.
Yeah.
You just polished a helmet, that's all.
That's okay.
So far, to my knowledge, nobody's told me that I've done terrible things to them in my sleep, aside from that one situation where I apparently tried to fuck my girlfriend's friend.
What about in their sleep?
Oh,
What
yes.
have they done to you in there?
Yes, I have gotten consent from more than one of my partners over the years that I've been fucking people. That
one or two of them, you know.
Hey, if the mood strikes me and you're asleep next to me, can I just start doing things to you? And yeah, when you get that kind of consent while they're awake, you're like, yep, game on. I don't care if you're unconscious.
No cars, game on.
Yep. So, yeah, more than once have I fucked somebody in their sleep. They usually don't sleep for very long.
Oh, no, I would hope not. Well, either that or you're really bad leg. Really bad if they don't wake up.
Well, there was the one gal that was completely blackout drunk that I made sure that she consented before we started drinking.
That's good.
Yes.
That's still illegal.
No, it isn't.
It is because technically she wasn't capable of revoking consent, so technically it would still count as rapey.
Hey,
I wonder what the internet says. Keep going.
I made sure to get consent while she was of right mind and conscious, and before we started imbibing alcohol. And she said, "Oh yeah, if I have a habit of drinking way too much. If I get blackout drunk, just have your fun." Okay. And I can't say that I myself wasn't fairly intoxicated.
Were you unfairly intoxicated?
I was definitely the more sober of the two of us.
Uh-huh.
Doesn't mean I didn't imbibe more alcohol than her, but her being probably 75 pounds and soaking wet, and me being over 200, I metabolized it a little bit differently.
Probably
than
have
she
a little
did.
better tolerance.
Yeah.
Most of the time, unless you're dealing with an Irish girl, then there's no fucking hope.
Yeah, then no, she'll drink me under the table.
They're a bottomless pit of alcohol at that point.
Yeah, but I don't think any of the issues that I've had with sleep sex have really been issues per se. Just
There's just been some issuing, you know.
right.
I was going to say, was it an issue when I did it?
No, baby, that was a subscription.
Please.
But
I'm willing to pay that subscription.
coming back around to the medical aspect of things.
Yes.
Yeah, it's interesting. Most of the information that I've found so far indicate that in a lot of states, being drunk does not remove one's ability to give consent. However, the fact that they were drunk when they consented has been used as grounds to say that post-coitus withdrawal of consent is a legit thing, i.e., sure, she said you could fuck her when she was drunk, and afterwards felt regret over it, and when she felt regret over it, decided to press the issue. Or he, or she, or whatever, whoever it happens to be. Don't want to single out one gender, but yeah. And of course, there are some states where someone being drunk does mean they cannot give consent.
And that's why I don't get consent after they start drinking.
Yeah, like in Ohio, I believe fucking a drunk person, even if they have said it's okay, is still considered sexual battery.
Well, have you found anything that says if they're sober and give consent and then you proceed to get drunk with them?
No, and Google must love my searches, because I tried to Google for is it legal to have sex with, and I let it autocomplete, and it autocompleted to is it legal to have sex with my cousin, which wasn't what I was exactly getting at, but apparently it's a really popular topic for it to autocomplete.
But it does have some medical questions there, you know.
So is it legal to have sex with a drunk person if they consent while sober? And unfortunately, I haven't really found anything specifically about that. So maybe we should poll the audience on this one.
Oh, hey, yes,
if there are any people who actually have the legal knowledge to answer this question, and of course the answer may vary per state, we would like to know, are there states where it is legal to give consent while sober and then proceed to have sex while drunk?
And then if you don't know, screw it. We're also interested in your opinion. Is
And
it
your
okay?
Sexy drunk time stories.
Yes.
If you've got any, fun, kinky, preferably drunk, sexy stories, that would be great. And of course, if there's mishaps involved too, that's even better.
We love that. And you can send those to Lord, Sir, and Daddy Radio.
There's no and in that one.
Oh, Lord, Sir, Daddy Radio.
Yep.
At gmail.com.
Correct.
And all your questions and or inquiries will be brought to the table here.
Anonymously.
Or we'll use your name if you want.
Yes.
Just let us know, like, hey, it's okay to use my name. Here's my great story. Let me share with you.
Yes, if you have no problem with us using your name, please consent to that in said email.
Before you get drunk.
Yes.
Do not consent while you are drunk.
Yes.
Before you cannot, because you're drunk.
You are drunk.
But something I wanted to talk about in news, there is a new origami condom out there.
Oh my God. Like there wasn't enough reasons to not use them. Here's another one. Oh, hey.
It's origami.
It's origami.
I just met you, and this is crazy. We didn't have a condom, so here's your baby.
So here's my question. Was it made by the Japanese?
Or was it made from the Japanese?
Yes.
It's made by Vagabond. Not sure what this company does.
They make condoms.
Other than this condom. But having watched the video and read up on it, I am definitely curious.
So what's the big benefit of the accordion condom? Like, it looks
Well,
kind of freakish to me.
Yeah.
What makes it an origami?
It definitely looks like one of those old-fashioned squeeze boxes where it's condom.
Yeah, it looks
where
like
it's
an organ grinder would play or something.
Yeah, it looks like an accordion.
And you grind with your organ, yeah.
What would really concern me there is that when I'm going for a good hard thrust, that it fucking collapses and pieces my dick.
No. It's
But
made
that's
out.
the fun part.
It's made out of a similar
Space age aluminum for all your fun pleasure.
It's made out
Automatic
of
heat dispersal. Yes.
similar to a regular condom, but due to its folds and its points where it's fused to change direction, it provides a gentle vibration for both partners as it passes over each one of those, and it's
so it's a rib for your pleasure condom.
Kind of,
I think
sort of.
What we need to do is do a product testing.
I would love to, but these aren't actually available yet.
Can we just make one out of a paper bag?
Not effective. Hey, we're not doing
I don't care. I just want the vibrations.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll just use a vibrator on your balls when you fuck.
Meh.
So, yes, if you happen to own that company and want to send out some products for some testing...
We'll happily simulate testing of your product on air.
Oh, yes.
Or we'll test it and give you a review.
Yes, we can review
or both.
As well, I will also extend this offer to the folks that make alcohol.
What's alcohol?
Powdered alcohol.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yep, I've heard it's there's a bunch of states scrambling to, not to derail this, but I've heard there's a bunch of states that are scrambling to make powdered alcohol illegal because under current statutes, there's nothing illegal or regulatable about it because it is not defined in the same way chemically as straight up liquid alcohol.
So now, I guess my question is, do you get them like those little pouches of Lick'em? Where you get the
Oh, yeah.
little
Like
sugar,
dipsticks?
like the little dipstick, and it's
totally.
candy, and you can eat all.
Basically,
Fun
yeah,
dip
you
booze.
could.
Yes, fun dip booze.
Now, can we take that powdered alcohol and put it inside your accordion condom?
Well,
Fucking alcohol.
Yeah.
Powdered alcohol on a mucous membrane,
Oh yeah.
probably absorbable at that point.
Oh yes, it would be very observable at that point.
Yeah, the main arguments I've seen against it are the possibility that it could be used to spike drinks, or that it would be easier to get into situations where you're not supposed to have alcohol in the first place.
Yeah, you can finally do lines of alcohol.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
going to say,
There you go.
now is
Actually, no,
is
they
the
said
point-
that literally to get drunk, you would basically have to snort an entire package of alcohol, which is quite a bit, and apparently it burns like a motherfucker if you try.
Don't
Yeah.
say.
I do say, because that was one of the things they brought up. They're like, well, you can snort it like a drug. And I'm like, yeah. Even the guy who sat there and made a video of it, and he's like, yeah, first off, the burn from that
And
would be so
scorched your nasal
painful, even if you
passages.
got drunk, you wouldn't know. And second off, you'd have to snort and literally poured out this entire package of alcohol. You'd have to snort all of this to even begin to feel a buzz. Good luck with that.
For any of those, any of you, I can honestly say that having had alcohol in my nose under one or another circumstances, having liquid alcohol in your nose burns like a bitch. So having powdered alcohol in my nose is not something I'm real tempted to do.
Want to do some alcohol snooters? Moonshine over there.
Oh, moonshine snooters. And back to the rainbow play.
I don't know. I think it'd be more fun to try to rub it on someone's skin and see if that you can get an alcoholic response through osmosis.
Oh, hey, that would be fun.
Can you absorb it through the skin? Like, can you get someone on the medical table, rub it in, and just observe reactions at that point?
I would think it would have to be a mucous membrane
Yeah,
to absorb it.
Hey, I'm open-minded.
Yeah.
My curiosity.
Once you got them naked and on the table, there's sort of a lot of options available.
Well, but
Yeah.
that was a big thing is girls were taking tampons, dipping them in vodka, and then inserting them into their bodies and getting hella drunk.
Gosh, I hope it was top shelf, because if it was
I
cheap
don't-
vodka,
I
that
don't
shit is
know.
gonna stink.
I don't
Worse.
know, but all I know is that girls were getting drunk that way. They were
Well,
putting
but
them
wasn't
into-
that also particularly dangerous?
Oh yes, very dangerous.
Tell us all about it, Twinks.
Well, no, because instead of it going through your body, which it
Through
metabolizes,
your liver.
yeah, it
Liver
gets
and
filtered
kidneys
out.
and
Yeah,
everything.
instead of that, it goes straight into the bloodstream, and so they were getting alcohol poisoning from doing this, and
Surprisingly enough.
surprisingly,
I mean,
Yeah,
effectively, it's the
alcohol
next thing to, the lady that theoretically killed her husband by pouring a bunch of cooking sherry up his ass. And it's effectively the same thing. Granted, the intestines absorbs alcohol at a significantly higher rate than the vagina does, but
I'm just sitting there thinking, yeah, sherry.
Yeah.
Sherry enema.
yeah.
The enema of
No,
my
I'm
enema
getting
is
thirsty.
my friend.
yes.
It's the all enema hour.
All enema all the time.
I think we're going to have a show on enemas. I mean,
yeah.
that's
Just
not
enemas?
just medical play, but enemas. You can go on for a while with
Yes.
enemas.
All
Yes.
enemas all the time.
All enemas all the time.
I want to know
Well, are
what the
there any
weirdest
points
thing-
about medical play we wanted to get back to?
Oh,
Well, let's see.
We like
We've
it.
covered the
There's blood.
suturing and the needles.
How
Vaguely.
about medical play body restraints?
Are we talking about like hospital restraints or
Straight
mental
jacket.
or straight jacket?
Straight jackets.
jackets.
Casting.
Ooh, casting. Casting has a lot of different.
What's casting, Raven?
Casting. Well,
Tell us all about it.
typically it's plaster in Paris and gauze, and you dip the gauze and you wrap it around. But nowadays we have a lot more interesting ways of doing it. There's fiberglass casting. There's the 3D printed casts that they're coming out with now.
I would recommend not applying raw fiberglass to your bottom.
Oh,
No,
Probably not a
No,
good
no.
idea to cast them
Or
in
your top,
fiberglass.
or your
your top,
genitals.
or
Or
any
anything.
place like that.
But yeah, the idea of casting body parts is always kind of fun. It can restrict their body movement by casting joints. such as arms and legs. I particularly have an idea that I'm stealing from another person. He did what he called a spring pony, where he had a full body cast and then rigged himself up with garage door springs so people could jump on him and ride him like one of those old-fashioned spring ponies in the park.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great idea.
So,
Not
yeah.
that kind of spring. Multiple springs from each corner.
Oh, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The spring
But-
ponies in the park had one big
We had
one.
spring ponies in some of our parks that had multiple springs.
Well, if
they
you-
were all 4 legs.
If you could do that and, just do it so that you were kind of on your back and there was a hole for your erection, you could give them a very good ride.
Oh, no. You would actually be in a horse stance so that you could be a
Oh, I
spring
know, but I'm
pony.
talking about doing it in the other direction so that you could have a little pony sex.
But I'm
Bouncy,
thinking...
bouncy.
I'm thinking you'd want pony sex where somebody would be on top to ride the pony to provide the up and down motion.
That's
and
what
then
the
you would
springs
have,
are for.
And then you would have somebody underneath the pony,
Blowing the pony?
getting penetrated while it's bouncing
like
up and
a
down.
breeding scene.
Like
breeding
Catherine the Great?
Yeah, like Catherine the Great.
Just don't fall on her.
But it's
No,
easier
that
to
would be
control
I can't,
if they're
I'm
on
stuck.
top.
Yeah.
Nah.
What?
You say tomato, I say fuck
we
you,
can
it's
try,
fine.
We can try it all ways. I mean,
Right.
Well, you have your
It's
version,
for
I have the
science.
accuracy. But
For
anyway,
science.
But yeah, casting can be used as a medical restraint pretty easily. I personally like stirrups.
bandages. Good old bandages.
Bandages.
Strips are highly useful for a wide variety of things.
yes.
Do you own a medical table? of
I
some
do.
sort?
It's just over in the other room, complete with stirrups, and it's electrified, so I can plug it in and have all of my tools plugged into the
And hook up your
medical
enema
table.
machine.
I have a machine for that. Watch pet squirt all over the place.
Absolutely. Let's watch pet squirt all over the place.
Yes.
While
For
you're getting an
science.
enema.
For
Well,
science.
I'm
For
getting
science!
Well,
that's what turned her on in the first place.
Yes.
no, what turned around in the first place was a cute doctor sticking her finger up my butt.
Was it a her or him?
It was
Him.
him.
Yeah.
He was
Okay.
really pretty.
He
We,
was.
we now have a job for Schindler. What's your point?
And the really funny thing was
You're not
that
as pretty as that
the,
other doctor,
the
but
hospital
you're not-
billboard
you're not
outside
gonna
of
see
town
Yeah.
had him on the billboard for a good 6 months. So every time she drove
he was
home
pretty.
and
Oh, really?
saw that, she was like,
I took
"Oh
several
yeah."
pictures of the billboard and just sent it to him. No words, just a picture of the billboard. I didn't even need words.
No, I knew what she was thinking when she saw his face.
Well, when you're ready, I'll check your prostate.
Okay, thanks.
Give me some gloves.
I will
Thanks,
check
Dr.
the batteries
Daddy.
on any recording device I can get my hands on. I'll have an array.
Yes. We're gonna have a full 360 view
Oh, yeah.
of this.
Panoramic
Yes.
prostate exams.
We're gonna make sure that it's in 3D.
That's a good website idea. PanoramicProstateExams.com.
Coming soon to the Bad Habits Network when we go to video.
Oh!
But that would technically be penetration.
So, just to let you know, when we do go to video blogs in September and we have that capability on our network, if you want to see us give prostate exams while recording the show, we are going to need volunteers.
Or people just simply be voluntold.
And we're okay giving prostate exams to women. They don't have one, but we'll keep
look.
searching.
We'll check, you
I'm
know.
up to my elbow. I still can't find it.
Go deeper!
No shit, Sherlock. Dig deeper, Watson.
Put on the big glove. We're going in deep.
We're going to put our arms in there so deep you're going to be a Muppet.
I'm going to make you talk.
Well, you almost kind of have animal going on. I mean, you could totally rock that.
Limited vocabulary, slight insanity.
Growls a lot, hammers on things in a violent manner. Yeah, that's Raven.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That is so Raven.
Can't deny it. Just can't deny
Just
it.
got a smile on that.
Would you if you could?
No, probably not.
You Muppet.
I am no one's hand puppet.
Me neither.
I was going to say, if you could fist your own ass, would you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh God, I'd bust myself out. I got big hands.
Yeah, just work it in a little
You're
at a
just,
time.
you're just gonna... Anything will fit with enough lube.
Let the pet
Lube
start
is for
it,
quitters.
and then you take over.
See, Pet can help you. I can be a warm-up act for that, too.
There you go.
You'd be like, I can't quite get it in, Pat. I can't quite get it in. Then she'll kick it.
Yeah, then she'll kick
And
it.
she'll be like,
Yeah, I might have a broken wrist and a busted O-ring.
Yeah, she can start with a dildo,
But it'll
move
feel
on to
so
her
good.
fist, move on to your fist.
We'll move on
Well,
to
but
the snowman.
here's the thing.
The big snowman.
You wouldn't have to
That's
worry
like
about
a-
instructions anymore. It would just fly right through you.
Yeah, you
Right.
right. Pancakes.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, Pet, we might need an explanation. What's the snowman?
Oh, the snowman is a stainless steel anal hook with 3 different sized balls
Oh,
on it
yes.
that graduate in size.
Yes.
This
Sir
sounds like
knows-
something
Sir
that should
knows
be
the
attached to
measure-
your penis.
He
Yeah.
knows the measurements because he's the number nerd, but
I'm surprised your
it's
dick isn't
humongous
graduated.
and impossible.
A 30 millimeter, a 38 millimeter, and a 50 millimeter. But on that note, we can talk about equipment another time.
We have equipment.
We do. This has been a medical play, a brief discussion. We'll get more in depth into some of those topics later. But for this show, this has been Lord Sir Daddy Radio.
I'm the Lord.
I'm Sir.
And I'm Daddy.
And
Oh my.
And that was the Twinkie.
Is this the time of the show when we operate on the Twinkie?
it is! It is!
Operation. Yay.
Yay!
I was just looking at pictures of
Operation.
the other day.
Thank you and good night.
When you don't go to Geico.com, car insurance can be hard. Like early 90s heavy metal hard.
I'm yelling and screaming, and I'm loud. Roar!
Geico makes it easy. You can review and update your policy or report a claim on Geico.com or the Geico mobile app. Because shouldn't we all have a little less stress in our lives?
I'm not even upset about